Coming up on the show today.
The standard of beauty is the ability to connect. But after the attraction, are we able to connect? The reason why most relationships terminate or break up or whatever is they attract each other, but they don't connect on the long run.
Right.
So that connection is where the beauty is, whereby I can compliment you, you can compliment me.
We will agree that there are some beauty that cannot go for beauty pageants. They are beautiful, we know they are beautiful, but they can't represent their country. Say we are doing Miss World. There are some people that cannot be a candidate. Beauty is all encompassing. So for you to make a decision for beauty, you are choosing your own beauty.
Right.
Like it's your own. The
right.
Beauty that you need. Beauty is personal. I mean, what is beautiful to me might not be beautiful to you, and it's okay.
These are two powerful ministers for the kingdom of God, and whoever they would have picked, white, brown, green, yellow, red, orange, would have had to have two big C's: connection and capacity.
Come on,
if they looked the way they looked, but they didn't carry what they carried, these men would not have picked them, because you need to pick. So I think the facial, the packaging, we're laboring a moot point. It's about choice.
The beauty could be amazing physically, but if there is no complementary capacity outside of what I see physically, that physical attraction loses its substance.
Everywhere we go, 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 we bring the sunshine.
This is the Maggie McGuire Show.
Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the Maggie McGuire Show. So, the joys and the woes of singlehood, we are on season 4, and this is episode number 3. And it's been a good season so far. We started off with the counterfeit, how to identify a counterfeit, with Prophetess Montgomery. She was here. And then followed by Minister Israel, who came on here on his own right as a guest, talking to us about green flags. And today, tonight, this morning, this afternoon, whatever time of day you're catching this, we are asking, what exactly is the standard of beauty? My panelists are here. They'll introduce themselves as we get into this conversation. And we're asking this question because, guys, a lot has happened in social media. So, is it team glamorous girls or is it team natural beauty girls that are winning when it comes to marriage? Because y'all know what has happened, especially for those of us that follow African worship ministers. We appreciate what God is doing in Africa, to be more specific in Nigeria, because these two individuals that we are going to talk about in depth are from Nigeria. Okay, you should know who I'm talking about. Make sure you are in the comment section sharing your thoughts. And we just want to ask that question, like I said, what exactly is the standard of beauty? Because earlier on, was it this year or last year, we had the anointed woman of God, Prophetess Olabisi down will say, oh no, natural is not working out anymore.
All of you be carrying natural hair about. Who natural hair have? Okay. Better wear your wig. I'm doing like this. And be flipping it. Go and spend that money on hair. Draw your brows. Buy lip gloss. Look good. Natural hair is not selling market. When you marry, you off your wig because you have entered. There's nothing they can do about it. But before you enter, don't be caught on fresh. Never. Package yourself well.
But, then come the new year, Moses Bliss turns up with this fine woman who's all about natural beauty. And then before we could get over that, just this week on Tuesday, March 19th, Theophilus Sunday turns up with a glamour queen. Okay, so everybody's a little bit confused because people were like, actually the natural works better or the glam works. We want to bring balance to this, and my panel is here. But you know what? We're going to let the man have a go first. Let me get Coach MJ to open up the conversation for us, and then Minister Israel, and then me and Miss Becks are going to weigh in, being that we are the girlies on this team. Okay, Minister Coach MJ, over to you, sir.
It's always a privilege to come here. Thank you so much for having me. Okay, I need to take a chill pill. I'm a bit tense now. Becky, nice to see you. You look amazing.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Lovely to see you too. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, yeah. And definitely our host, Maggie, you look radiating. Oh my God. I think you are the glam right now.
Thank you. Although I tell you, I switch it up. I'll go natural beauty on you so fast.
Yeah, Becky is natural and she looks, I'm just confused. Who's going to take it? All right.
Awesome.
Right. Okay, so my name is Coach MJ. A little bit about me. I love relationship. I love helping people build healthy relationships. That's my vision. That's my calling. And I've been doing this for 7 years now. This topic is really, really, really intense because when you talk about beauty, are you talking about abstract or substance? So beauty has its way of being a little bit controversial because there is no general standard for it. You can't say beauty is about physical, and at the same time, you can't say beauty is not about physical.
Right.
So it's a bit very technical right now, and being the first to go, I'm just like, what am I gonna say?
Just open the conversation, sir. You're doing great.
So for me, I'm gonna come in from a different perspective. Trying to say what's the standard of beauty. I'll say the standard of beauty is the ability to connect. You know. A lot of attraction go on here and there, but after the attraction, are we able to connect? Can we take it a step further? You know, the reason why most relationship terminate or break up or whatever is they attract each other, but they don't connect on the long run.
Right.
So that connection is where the beauty is, whereby I can compliment you, you can compliment me, regardless of the physical attributes, regardless of the non-physical attributes, regardless of all aspects. I feel most romantic relationships crash or fail because they are not able to transit from attraction to connection.
Right.
So let's look at what has been happening a lot of time. It's been kingdom marriage for the past couple of months, and I'm guilty of it. Actually, but I'm gonna leave that aside. It's just a secret between us, you know.
Okay.
All right, but then I just had to reflect on this particular subject. What exactly is beauty for me? I would say beauty is ability for you to compliment me. Trust me. Let's go to the scriptures. When God created lion was amazing. Lion is actually beautiful. But when God brought lion to Adam said no. Call different animals. Adam said no.
Yeah.
And I want to believe that God had to take a rethink, a redress, a research. And like, what exactly is this man looking for? Because if you read through the story and through the scriptures, the Bible says, and God caused a deep sleep to fall on Adam.
Right.
And I've always wondered, why would you make Adam sleep? I believe that period was a deep study, going back to how Adam was created.
Right.
And then, I got it. The ability to create something that will complement you is where the beauty is. It's not really about, slim, tall, Holy Ghost filled physically, narrow loaded spiritually. For me, I'm going to say can we do life together regardless of the different seasons?
Yeah.
Then another aspect I'm going to look at beauty is I'm going to look at beauty from the ability of emotional stability.
Right.
You know, it's one thing to be physically fit, it's another thing to be emotionally stable.
Right.
Because
Right.
we are talking about different seasons of life. And those seasons are going to drain you, are going to squeeze out everything you have inside. So but let me just take beauty from that angle, because every lady is amazing. Like they are beautiful physically, they are beautiful, and every man they are awesome. But then if you not place them on a scale of value and preference, you discover that the physical look may attract, the endowment and achievement may attract, but then can we be coupled together? Can we come to that point whereby we can beauty, in as much as it's physical, the most important thing is can we connect? That's my perspective.
Right.
And once we're able to connect, that's beauty.
Amazing. Minister Israel, what are your thoughts? Open us up on your thoughts on that, please.
Okay, hi everyone.
Hey.
Thank you for having me here. My name is Israel, and I'm joining this call from Lagos, Nigeria. All right. So going straight to the conversation of beauty, it's been said that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? But I think that everybody is beautiful. Yeah, God created us. We are beautiful and wonderful beings. But I know that we will agree that there are some beauty that cannot go for beauty pageants. They are beautiful. We know they are beautiful, but they can't represent their country. Say we are doing Miss World. There are some people that cannot be a candidate, but we are not.
It's a bitter truth.
The fact that those guys are not beautiful. So I want us to know that beauty is fine, and some people will say beauty is vain. I like what Coach MD says that beauty, there is the physical side of it, but we won't dispute just that one. Like, it's not just physical. And also looking at the people that got married, really, everybody, I want to believe if you're getting married, there is this power of choice. So everybody will see that got married, they chose out of the different applicants. Moses Bliss chose Maria, but Mariam, she's not the only person that is coming to Moses, or she's not the only person in the eye of Moses Bliss.
Right.
Like, there are other people. So for every individual, anyway, if you're getting married, there will be many applicants. It's just like you're shortlisting for the role of husband. So there are many people that will come in, submit their application, and you are the one that knows who fits in the role. You wait to see, check through. And when you're checking through, you're not just checking for their physical beauty. You're checking for, she has the shape. After the shape, what else? Is the spiritual capacity there? You know your purpose. You know where you're going to. Does she have the stamina for this? So I believe that, beauty is all encompassing. So for you to make a decision for beauty, you are choosing your own beauty.
Right.
Like, it's your own. The beauty that you need. So people might not understand, what do you see with that man? I mean, we've seen couples that you're like, what is this man seeing with this woman? And they plan to get married. You don't need to know. They are the ones that know what they found in themselves.
Exactly.
So beauty is personal. I mean, what is beautiful to me might not be beautiful to you, and it's okay. It's fine. So I believe that beauty is personified, like it's individual. And so we need to have that understanding that beauty is fine, it's okay. But let me just stop here. We'll go for that.
Sure.
The glamour and the natural side.
Amazing.
Physical Attraction 1 highlights.
Is it all about physical attraction, or can you be attracted to them in other areas?
There are 24 hours in the day. We're not having sex for 24 hours. I'm not going to touch your six-pack for 24 hours in the day. We're going to pay bills. We're going to live this life. Apart from when you're even warring against things, there are actual real issues to life. You not build on physical alone.
Peace is an attraction for us.
Yeah.
Once you know that, oh, this lady gives me peace. Peace is, who wouldn't love peace? Because if you don't have this peace of mind, you won't be able to make decisions. It will affect your work life.
Yeah.
It will affect your finance. It
Yeah.
will affect a lot of things. So,
Yeah.
guys, I believe peace is beauty for us.
Physical Attraction 1. Watch full video on the Maggie Moo Guy Show YouTube channel today.
Miss Becks, girl, jump in, just share a little bit of your thoughts. I know you're going to be unleashing a lot as we go forward, but just give us a tip of the iceberg. Again, introduce yourself, ma'am. And I'm hoping those of you who are regulars, you're familiar with us as we are, because we were here on Physical Attraction Part 1 and Part 2, and also Wedding Plans. That was all in Season 3. So, with that said, Miss Becks, please take the floor, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, so my name is Rebecca, and I'm logging in from London. I think it's a really interesting topic because we talked about what was attraction last year, and I came and I was like, attraction is not physical, and then we kind of, which is what Coach MJ is saying.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's been a very interesting conversation in terms of Instagram, because the definition of glamorous is, it says someone who has a beauty or charm. That's what glamorous means. Glamorous has nothing to do with makeup. Another definition says glamorous is somebody who has an exotic, so a different type of look, which ties into Minister Israel's point about, people just have different looks.
Yeah.
Earlier on today, Coach MJ said, oh, Rebecca is natural.
Yeah.
And it's true in terms of, but even my natural is not as natural as some people's natural.
Right.
Because there's levels of natural, right? Like some people may say, oh yeah, she's natural, she's got locks and everything, but she's not natural completely. Did you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think there's levels, but I think that the point that they've been laboring online and will continue to labor is a very moot point.
Yeah.
These are two powerful ministers for the kingdom of God.
Yeah.
And whoever they would have picked, white, brown, green, yellow, red, orange, would have had to have two big C's: connection and capacity.
Come on.
We're talking about two women. Both of them studied law.
Yeah.
Both of them are within their rights, women of stature. So really and truly, they complement each other, which is what Coach MJ was saying. Because I was just looking at them and I was like, but none of these people are just women who they're not about anything. If they looked the way they looked, but they didn't carry what they carry, these men would not have picked them, because you need to pick. So I think the facial, the packaging, we're laboring a moot point.
Yeah.
It's about choice.
Yeah.
Both men on here are going to say, you pick who you're going to pick.
Yeah.
That's the package you were attracted to. But more than what they look like, it's what they carry. And without connection, because these people travel internationally, right? Both men, they would have had a lot of different women, being paraded before them, trying to even get their attention. And if there's no connection, it doesn't matter whether you're a naturalista or you wear a weave or whatever, because there wouldn't be the connection and the capacity, the complementary aspect would not be there. So that's what I think.
Amazing. I still love that. And I guess we're almost touching back on physical attraction, because the truth of the matter is this whole thing, like Minister Israel said earlier, beauty is really in the eye of the beholder. Now, you've just said something right there that is so heavy. The two C's, capacity and what? Connection, right? Because once, I think it was Minister Israel that said last year, I'm not sure if it was part 1 or part 2 on physical attraction, when he said, okay, fair enough, your physical beauty, your face, and that may attract us as men, is what Minister Israel was saying, but then it has to go beyond that. And so I have to agree with you, Miss Becks, when you say there's got to be a connection, because it's not beauty that whatever standard of beauty or how you package yourself, that's not what sustains a marriage or brings you to the finishing line. right? Because like you rightly said, these two men that we're talking about, Minister Moses Bliss, he's well-traveled. So is Minister Sunday, Theophilus Sunday. They are well-traveled, and they would have met billions, okay, an exaggeration, thousands and thousands of women, right? Christian women, women who pray, women who are fellow ministers, women who you could just, I think there was a time that everybody was speculating that Moses Bliss is dating somebody else, some other lady. It turned, well, when he turned up with Marie, and was it in January or was it in February, he turned up with Marie, and then everybody was like, oh, we thought it was, and then the whole thing was, oh my God, oh, she's so natural. Oh, she wears her hair natural. And then, like you rightly said, I don't know if it was Minister Israel that pointed out to these women's capacity, who they are. They're both lawyers, so they're doing great. They're doing great. So why are we having this conversation is the reason why we're having this conversation for the Christian sisters, the Christian brothers out there to understand really the face or the packaging or wearing pretty clothes or, snatching your waist or doing the makeup or not doing the makeup, wearing a wig or wearing locks or wearing your hair natural. Those are all good. They're surface, but those are not the things that will keep a man or keep a woman in that relationship or in that marriage. And that's, I think, where Coach MJ was trying to come in. So let me get Coach MJ to please come back in, sir, and elaborate a little bit more on where you were at. God bless you. Thank you, sir.
Literally, I would just say Bex just spied on my notes because I have it written here. Connection. What basically is connection? We're talking about function, and what's function? We're talking about capacity.
Right.
Yeah, because let me just take for example a vehicle. The vehicle may be all appealing. The vehicle may be all cozy. The luxury inside top notch. I don't want to mention some brands now, but you could check it, man. It's great. But when you turn on the ignition, it doesn't start. It doesn't move. The whole of that just falls like a pack of cards. This is where I would say the beauty could be amazing physically.
Yeah.
But if there is no complementary capacity outside of what I see physically, that physical attraction loses its substance.
Yeah.
So this is basically where we need to understand, not just as couples or single people out there, but as individuals generally. I think it was Ziegler that said in his book, he said, I want to hear what you have to say more than I want to see what you have to offer. So I want to hear what is it trying to say. I want to know what's inside of you than what I could see physically. So basically the capacity. Let's look, for example, I had a conversation with Theophilus and I asked him a particular question. What led to you picking? Because I have a close relationship with a few of them, and I could say it's not, these guys are not looking for big hips and all of those physical things. And I was like, what led you?
BBL.
I don't know. I'm innocent of that.
That's not what they're looking for.
And he said one word that really caught me. He said, "Sir, she compliments me completely." I was like, wow, because I could share the same, like the same thing just happened for me. Like I had a lot of options, but what I was looking for, someone I could produce godly seed with. So you could see, like a Minister Israel said, the beauty is individualistic. However, there is something that complements that beauty.
Right.
You could have it all physically, but whereby the individual comes close,
right,
and he or she is unable to connect with what the beauty he or she is looking for.
Exactly.
It's not a feminine thing, it's both masculine. Some ladies can't stand men that are unintelligent. That is their beauty. So some ladies can't stand men that don't have the boldness and confidence. That is their beauty. So
yeah, and that's
just
nothing physical.
It's
That's
not physical.
right.
It's not physical. So you could see that when you talk about beauty, you're talking about, like, let me just go back to what Beck said. You're talking about the connection first.
Yeah.
That connection leads to function. That function leads to capacity. It has a layer. So I get attracted to you first. The attraction brings me closer. Hi, how you doing? What's your name? Oh, you look amazing. Then the next thing is, I want to hear what you have to say. That saying is the connection. After saying it, oh, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, blah, 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 and all of this stuff. The next layer is function. Function is not, I saw a tweet somewhere, let me just wrap up with this. I saw a tweet somewhere.
Yeah.
And the person said something very striking. He said, if you look at each and every of the ladies the music ministers are picking, they are all equipped in their own self.
Right.
And most women, I'm sorry to lay, I'm not being biased now, I'm just quoting the tweet. He said, and most women, when you ask them what do they have to offer, they feel all they have to offer is sexual satisfaction.
Right.
And the man ended up with a line and saying, keep deceiving yourself. Let me stop there.
Minister Israel, you're nodding. Before I bring in Becks, go on, go for it, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing that. That is powerful. For me, what I believe is, I don't think we need to debate this. Glamour, natural. I think just do what works for you. But from the point we've shared, right?
Yes.
From the point we've shared here is, there are layers to beauty. So thank you for saying that. There are layers to beauty.
Yeah.
Some people are beautiful internally.
Yeah.
Like they have good art. There's about inner beauty. But if you have your inner beauty, nobody is going to know because it's inner, like it's internal. You need to dress well. You need to be beautiful. Like put yourself together for someone to even notice you.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
People should notice you first. That's why we talked about the connection.
Yeah.
So it is when people see you that, oh, you're prim and proper. I like your outlook. I like your dress. And when they come closer, that's when they will see the inner beauty.
Absolutely. Let me say this, sir. And I think that's what Prophetess Alabisi was saying. She was really focusing on, and I know some people kind of like took it to the extreme and all that, but I have to say, I hear her when she says, look good, okay? And I know she had a little chuckle with it there, and she pushed the boat a little further, saying, well, you got to make sure you have, bone straight, a wig and all that. I don't even own one of those, okay? Maybe I'll go buy one now, okay? Okay, but nonetheless, she was saying, make sure you look good. Look good, because the truth of the matter is, before we can even have that conversation with you, guess what we have to first of all deal with? Your appearance. Your appearance. Your how are you put together? And like you rightly said, Minister Israel, doing what suits you. Like, don't try and be what you're not, because that you're not going to carry that off, right? Okay, so my thing is, if you're the kind of person you love your natural hair out, perfect. Why not? Do it. Do it nicely. I mean, can I just say, I do natural hair under all this. I kid you not. Listen, when I'm not here on a regular day on the street, going wherever it is I need to go, oh, you might just not recognize me, because I will be plain Jane as can be. Okay, with my natural hair, right, doing me. And when I feel I want to switch it up, I will switch it up. But I'm not doing it because I feel I need to keep up with anybody in that way. No, it's that situation of I'm just being myself. and not and presenting myself in a nice way. Number one, for myself, I don't want to go out there and start looking like I be homeless, or people be like, oh my gosh, we need to take contribution from Maggie, she's not looking good, you know what I mean? But seriously, I think that's such a good point, Minister Israel, when you say that there is a need to do you be who you are without that that pressure of feeling that you've got to be somebody else or be something else. Sorry, sir, continue, and Miss Becks is going to come in straight after.
All right, thanks, ma'am. So when I'm saying that, do you, obviously there is a context to this. Bible talks about modesty. Bible talks about moderation. So we need to put all of that together.
Yeah.
And I also believe that if you're doing you, it means you have an understanding of yourself. Ma'am, my female friends, like some of my friends, they know. I used to tell them that you are just using makeup. Some people are beautiful without makeup. Like some people don't actually need to plaster that thing. They are beauty on their own. Right? So I don't know, but I want to believe it's not all. But sometimes some people apply makeup because they just want to feel among. Maybe their friends are putting everything together. That's why they want to. Because if you remove makeup, some people are just so naturally beautiful, right? So when you have an understanding of yourself that even without all of these attachments, you're prim and proper, like you're good. If that's what works for you, just stick to it. Like the person that is your target audience, like the people you're going to attract, they will come around. But in the other way, when I say moderation, obviously, I said it earlier that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but beauty is in level. There are some people that actually cannot even represent their town, their beauty pageant. So they can't do that. So if you know that, that you're trusting God, maybe with your physical appearance, so you can touch things up. You're going out to going for an event, you know that naturally you cannot carry your natural hair there. You and I know that no, it's not good. So for that, you know how to put yourself together. Just put yourself together to look attractive. But what we are trying to say is, whatever you're putting there, it's just an attraction. So if people comes closer, let them see the real deal, which is you. So whatever you're putting on, whatever glamour, it's just like a tip. Just come and see. So when they come closer, you now say there is more. You just enjoy yourself to them. You let them feel you. So that's when your value comes in. They'll say that, oh, she has a good value. That's when your honesty, all those characters that you build over time, that's why you now unleash it. People will now taste it that, oh, so what I'm seeing is just a tip. So when they get closer, they now see more. So I think that should be the mindset that people should have, and not that, physically you're beautiful. So when we come closer, there's nothing again. No, that would be an error. So that's what we should try and correct. So this thing, it's not even a debate that, oh, is it glamour, is it natural? Just stick to your own, like the one that works for you. But overall, we put it out there that much more than the physical. Like we want to connect more. So it's not just for beauty. Well, I'm a guy, and I know that for us guys, Coach MJ will agree with this. For us guys, we just like our woman to be beautiful. For us, it might not be for everybody. We just want her to, because how will you wake up early in the morning and you turn your head and you are looking at someone that is not attractive? Why will you have love of food beside you? You should marry somebody that is beautiful to you, because both of you will go to interface in marriage. So it's not even about what your mother wants or whatever your grandfather wants. It's you. So I believe that people marry beauty for themselves. It's a good PRO, and most guys, when they go out and they're in the company of guys, when you go out and all your guys are just hating you that your madam did well. You are happy. You are happy about that. It's a good feedback when your fellow guys hail you that hail your babies, It's a good feedback. So guys like that. I'm sorry if I'm exposing us, but that's the truth, right? So marry who you find beautiful. You said what? Marry who you find attractive. To you. Attractive to you, and it's in layers, really. It's in different layers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Physical attraction too. Highlights.
For a man, attraction, it's about function. It's about what can you bring to my life? How can you enhance me? Don't get attracted for where you are. Get attracted for where you're going. Attraction is temporal. It's a feeling.
Yeah.
And this feeling has lifespan. When you are in that feeling, don't make a permanent decision based on temporary things that you say. So when you feel attracted to someone, use that moment to think long term and not short term. Because when it drops, when the attraction drops, the decision you made during that short phase is what you live with for the rest of your life.
Physical attraction too. Watch full video on the Maggie Mugai Show YouTube channel today.
Miss Becks, honey, jump in.
Okay, so for me, I'm gonna kind of follow up on what Minister Israel said, because literally it's like I love this part of, because every time we come together, we seem to be same spirit, same accord. We're all kind of like I'm gonna use myself as an example.
Yeah.
So I started a new job in February.
Okay.
So Thank you. So I studied law. That's my training. That's my background. So I work in regulatory law. That's what I do.
So what do you? Hang on. So are y'all lawyer women? You know I went to school too, and I did law too. Okay, so
so that's my background. That's what I do. Now, when I went for the interview, in February, one thing that the agency that contacted me about the job said was, they gave me like a sheet, and I was looking at it, and one of the things on there was like, please dress well, because when you look good, it's showing respect to the company. I was like, wait, what? Because we know that you should dress up to go for an interview. Everybody knows that. Like somebody would tell you wear a suit, but no one had ever put it in those words that it shows respect for the company, that it shows regard for them. Like, I'm showing up as the best version of myself for this position, for this role. Talks about preparation, right? Yeah. Esther had to prepare. It was a long preparation. It wasn't a little thing. Now, however, all of them were beautiful, right? But Esther found favor, but her favor came through her character. Let's leave that for a second. So anyway, went for this interview, and the woman that said to me, didn't cut size, I went there, smashed it. They offered me the job the same day. Yay! And I got into the job, and then there was another job that I'd wanted years ago, and that was advertised. And I was like, more money, more work. It's both big brands in terms of UK, but so either one I would have been happy, right? And I'm applying from a place of strength because I already have a job. So I applied for the second one, went for the interview, and I didn't get that one. And one of the most powerful quotes I live by is, when purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. And I said this last year. And when I asked for feedback, I finally got the feedback yesterday. And the recruiter said something to me about the second job. She said that they said I was a strong candidate. They really liked me, but that they felt that I would be better suited for an environment for change, because I came across as an advocate, somebody who wanted to bring change. And they said in that department, they went big on change. They just got down and did the casework, investigation, and they just went on with it. And she said, it was very obvious that you'd done research about us, you knew what we were all about, but you would be better suited for this. Whereas the first interview, the job that I'm in now, they wanted somebody who not only had the knowledge that I have, the backing, because both of them, I could have done either one of them, right? But they wanted somebody who would implement change. Right. Because that's what they're trying to do. It goes back to what Minister Israel and what Coach MJ have been saying. Yeah. What we're saying, and we said this in physical attraction 1 and 2, is this: when they keep ringing in your ears to prepare, as a man and as a woman, to be the best version of yourself, people can see through your donkey's poo. We can see through it. If you do not know what your purpose is, you may deceive yourself, but you're not going to deceive somebody else who knows what their purpose is. Right. So if you be the most beautiful naturalista, whatever, if you don't compliment this person who knows who he is? Now, it's a different thing if the man doesn't know who he is and he's also struggling, then both of you are going to struggle in your confusion for a while, because he hasn't discovered his purpose yet. So it's okay. Do you see what I mean? You both discover it, and then when you discover it, he may say, oh, yeah, so she's not the one, after wasting your time for 8 years or whatever. But somebody who knows who they are and what their calling and their purpose is not going to be swayed by just beauty no matter what. Those 2 interviews showed me that. They both liked me. In fact, the second interview was stronger because they were like, it's such an absolute pleasure. They were asking me to repeat things that I said and they were writing them down. They were like, oh, we've never heard this before. But ultimately, when they went back to the drawing board, they said this person is applying for a job that maybe she doesn't even recognize. It doesn't suit her. I was only applying for more money. I knew that I was going to no, it's true. It wasn't something that I was passionate about. It was just for more money.
Right.
But when she said what she said yesterday, I could not fault her because it's true.
Yeah.
Even the examples that I gave me away that this is my personality. I'm an advocate. So, I mean, it is what when you think you're not saying stuff, but what you're saying, what you're not saying, what you're doing is showing who you are. Just because you don't know who you are or you haven't seen it doesn't mean that somebody will not see it. So when you have people who have discerning eyes, who have sight, who can discern, then sometimes you don't even see how great you are, the giftings you have inside of you, and other people have to call it out of you.
Right.
So I think my takeaway, and I'm repeating this over and over again, just work on yourself. Nobody wants a liability. These kingdom marriages we're talking about, you're supposed to hit the ground running. Right. Both of you are hitting the ground running to the ground running. Nobody has the time. I don't think men really, right now, no one has the time to first be holding your hands. I'm sorry, but these 2 women married women and men who are on the stage. Do you not see that immediately do you not see Marie Wise following Moses Bliss? Do you not see them going on the stage together? He's giving her the microphone and she's there preaching. Do you think you can be beautiful from Idimota? I don't know if I pronounced that properly. And your beauty, but they give you the microphone and then you start saying, we thank you, Joe. Oh, Father, we thank you. Holy Spirit, you are welcome. First of all, Holy Spirit was always there. But the fact is, you are not equipped for that. Yeah. You may be equipped for maybe leading the choir. Maybe you're equipped for something else. Yeah. But my point is this: people can see. We can see. Yeah. So as much as they loved me at the interview, oh, it was such a pleasure to meet you, and they even said it to the recruiter who said the same thing to me. They said she would be better in a place where she can advocate change. Yeah. This department, we don't advocate change. We just get on with it. The first place I went to, they said, she's going to hit the ground running because we need to change. I was the solution. I am the solution to the problem.
Right. You complement what it is.
Genesis said, I will make him a helper comparable. And then a few lines after it says, a comparable helpmate. And it's like, it seems like it's changing the English, but the point of it is complement each other. Yeah. Coach MJ said it. Lions, the Bible says God lined up different animals and none were found that were suitable until a suitable. And then the last thing I wanted to say is, 1 Samuel 6:12 says that David was ruddy and handsome, good looking. I googled ruddy. It says fair, someone of fair skin. So that's maybe your glamour king right there. Yeah. And then it said that Saul was taller than all of them and broad, and there was no one found in the town that was as handsome as him. But guess what? Saul was not suited for that kingship. He wasn't a servant king. Right. David was a servant king. So it had nothing to do with their look. It wasn't as if
character showed up.
Exactly. So it wasn't as if, so I said light skin boy. So it wasn't as if God, because one would have thought if beauty mattered like that, if beauty disqualified you, then after Saul messed up, one would have thought God would then bring somebody who's not attractive. They said handsome and good looking. Mm-hmm. Do you know how hot you need to be handsome and good looking? Mm-hmm. Abigail was beautiful. The Proverbs 31 woman, they said she considers a field and buys it. Yeah. She was looking beautiful.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with that. But are you the best version of yourself? Are you working on being the best version of yourself? Do you know who you are? Do you
Right.
know what your purpose is? Do you know what God created you to be, who you are? And are you actively doing that so that when this person comes, the marriages now, you're hitting the ground running. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. So true. I love that. I absolutely love that. You know, in what you just said, Miss Becks, before I bring in Coach MJ, before you go, sir, I appreciate you need to go. But, you know, you just said something that even when, you know, when going for this interview that they had asked, well, pretty much put it plainly to you about your appearance, that you must dress well. And I said this, haven't we all noticed that with the royal family, and especially here in the United Kingdom, right? See how they turn up. They look so good, so modest, so beautiful that you even forget about the face. Fair enough, there is beauty when we talk about, you know, someone like the late Princess Diana, you know, we talk about Will's wife, Princess Kate, and all that, despite what she's going through right now with cancer treatment, you know, and we're praying for her for a quick recovery. But you look at these women, when they've had these public appearances, they look so well put together, so well put together that their attraction, you don't just see the face now, you're like, look at the modesty, just look at how it brings another kind of beauty to them, that regalness. And can I just say, that's what personally for me, I saw with Marie, Moses Bliss's wife. You know, she everybody be up in here talking about, you know, we wanted her to dress better for her wedding. We wanted a better wedding gown. I'm like, are you kidding me? This woman, modesty has been her thing from, I know she has a couple of pictures on her Instagram where she's just lovely and modest, but this is who she is. And she carries that off so beautifully. And regardless of whether her hair is in a natural state or she decides maybe down the line, she may decide, you know what, I'm going to rock a wig or I'm going to rock a weave on or whatever. At the end of the day, because of just how regal she is, she and how she just puts herself out there, her presentation is just immaculate. It's just smashing for me. I just think she's such a role model, especially for girls, you know, in that age range and even the younger ones, because what have we seen being sold to most young women on social media is, oh, get your breasts out, you know, show the thigh, do this, do that, you know, and then the man will come. No, he's not gonna come. And this, like you said, high value men who are already on stage, and they're marrying these women who are already prepared. They fit what it is that they want. And in the words of Coach MJ, when we did Physical Attraction Part 2, when he said, men know what they want. When they see it, they know what they want. And it would, you know, and this is why a man can leave a woman after dating her for, I don't know, 5 years, leave her, and you hear he's hooked up with somebody else and he's married her within 3 months. What's that about? Coach MJ.
You just hit the nail on, like, is it hit the hammer on the nail?
The
or
nail,
the nail on
yeah,
the hammer?
you just hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. And thanks, Bex. I had to sit up because I wanted to take notes. And okay, so now there's this aspect of beauty that people don't pay attention to, and I think that's what you're trying to say, Maggie. Emotional beauty. Emotional beauty, the capacity to have a balanced emotion is beautiful on its own. You know, And if you look very well, despite the criticism before Moses Blake's marriage and wedding rather, despite the criticism towards the girl and all manner of stuff, they had to go hit the internet, her way back things and all of. She kept an emotional balance and stability. And I paid attention to the delivery of her message on her wedding day. And one of the things she said was, if you are able to have that, you shouldn't start doing, because I did a musical training, or I was dancing in the night and the man saw me and all of those things, everybody want to dance now. But no. Go look for what works for you. Go look for what God is trying to tell you. Go look for how God. So this talks about why you have, just like what Beck said, why you have it inside, the delivery emotionally, the capacity to deliver it emotionally, because you could have all of these things, and if you have a timid spirit, you have you're not prepared. Let me just use Becky's word. You are not prepared for the man or for the lady you so want. If you can't deliver it, trust me, everything is gonna flop. So while we talk about capacity, we talk about connection, we need to talk about personal emotional development, because this is where most people are lacking behind. They don't develop themselves emotionally to be able to carry the beauty that is inside of them. And like you said, I think that's one of the things Saul lacked. David had it. David had it all put together, all put together. So some ladies or some men, they could be beautiful, handsome, but their delivery flops a lot. I think that's where I want to pin it down.
I like that. So good. Minister Israel, give us closing remarks on this, and we are out of here.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, much has been said there. I need to jump on this replay. But yes, man, just like what you said when you were giving instances about the royal guys in the UK. The thing about dressing well is sometimes people even misconstrue you when you dress sensibly. Okay, so I'll give an instance. In Lagos, Nigeria, there is this public transport. Those guys, they drive recklessly, right? So you can be fortunate to be in the not fortunate, but when you're in a commercial bus, public bus, and you see somebody that dressed very well, like he's on suits, he's on tie, like he dressed very well. In your mind, you just assume this person is a corporate person, is sensible, but occasion has proved it wrong. Some people will be on suits and they will be fighting with the conductor. And in my head, I'm like, look at the way you dress. You're prim and proper. Like when I see you, when I enter the cab and I see somebody that is dressed sensibly, I just give respect that this person must be one sensible person or one top-notch brand. But when I see them mislead, I'm like, what's going on here?
Right.
So, same Lagos, where we are going, and you see someone driving recklessly, like he's just overtaking, he's just doing this, and you try to pee, you see the man on suit, on tie, like he can be a manager of a bank, but look at the way he's behaving on the road.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is, when you dress very well, there's a mindset. Like when you dress very well, there's a mindset that you present already, and people will give it to you. Like you don't need to ask for it. When you just dress well, show up either in a dinner, in a meeting, an interview. There's this, like people just give it to you that you even just dressing like this, you have a score already. Like they will give you a mark already.
Absolutely.
So that applies to everyone. It might not just be because you're going for an interview. Generally, when you dress very well, there's this accolade that people give to you. You don't need to request for it. They just give it to you. Like close it down. But then, just like I said, over time, they'll dress smart. Some people are well dressed, but there's nothing. There's nothing.
So you dress how you want to be addressed. It's as simple as that. Dress as you want to be addressed. Miss Becks, your closing remarks, ma'am.
Absolutely. And there's something, I think the guys know this, it's called pretty privilege. So pretty, they're nodding, especially with it. So pretty privilege means because you're pretty as a girl, you get, spoken to in a different way. And as a guy, as a man, if you're handsome, you get, and I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy it. I have a friend, one of my closest friends, whose phones I've logged on. She's absolutely beautiful. She's a makeup artist, but in her natural, no makeup, so she's beautiful inside and out. But her outside is really beautiful, So, and when we go out together, back in the day, I used to just, because natural, I just used to just rock up anyhow, not badly, but t-shirts and jeans. And she would always just make an effort. Even if she's wearing jeans, she would wear maybe heels or a top. And she's also quite soft-spoken. And I'm not ugly. I've never been ugly a day in my life. But I would, thank you. And I would, go out with her, and I would see how people would speak to her.
Yeah.
Even when she's, asking for something, there is a respect that you get when so there's pretty privilege. So looking good, let's not lie, you get some certain privileges, and also the way you dress, like you said. And I think the last point is, however, the Bible says that don't put a woman without discretion is like having a pig with gold in it or something like that. In a pig's snout and nose. The point being what Minister Israel was saying. So if you take what we're saying and you just think what we're saying is go and wear something nice and be pretty and beautiful, like I said earlier, and both men were agreeing, I'm telling you, we can see, especially men can see. One of the biggest things I've learned in my life, and I'm still trying to understand it, is men are not as unobservant than you people think. Men notice things. They may not say anything, especially if they're just whiling away time with you. But a man knows very quickly what he wants and what you're about. A man can read you. And he knows what you're about. So you pretending, you think you're deceiving him, you're not deceiving. Men know. Men are very detailed. Not in the way that women are detailed, but because they have that vision, that focus. Men notice things. They know. They just not be saying, but they be knowing. So you may think, oh yeah, my beauty. He knows already that she ain't it. This one ain't it. So we're not saying, to round it up, we're not saying don't look good. We're saying look good. But we're saying in your looking good, let it be well-rounded.
Look good in all aspects of your life.
Exactly. We know about the 10 virgins, right?
Come on.
They said 5 were foolish and 5 were wise.
And
but
yes,
they were all virgins. They were all virgins, and they were all saved. 5 lacked preparation and 5 had preparation. The 5 that lacked preparation asked the 5 that were not, asked the 5 that were, asked the ones that were prepared, please help us. And those wise women said, because then we're going to be 10 virgins that are foolish up in here. So you cannot buy these things at a late stage. There's this woman I follow, I love her teaching, and she said when she got married, she realized there were certain things that were lacking in her preparation. So she got married within 4 months. Because her husband just recognized that she had the thing. But it was grace. It's not all of us that have that grace where God will let you be learning on the job. Some of you are marrying people that you have to hit the ground running. I'm sorry. Marie Wise would not have the grace to be learning how to speak English when they propelled her onto the stage very early on. In fact, this man met her on the Instagram streets. She was already on a platform. So
and get this, Miss B, her parents are pastors. They have a church. She's a pastor's child, and she ministers. She was ministering and preaching, and I think even worship and all that. So you can see there was a level of grooming and all that God had already been doing in her.
To make her compliment him, as Coach MJ said.
Compliment.
So so please, the best advice I can give you, which is what I'm trying to do, is you just don't copy anybody. Go back to the architect, the one who created you. Psalm 139 talks about this. It's 136, 139 talks about it. Go back to the architect. Holy Spirit, it'd be like, say I'm lacking some sense and certain things. Please, grant me the grace, because that's the prayer I'm praying now. Like, what is lacking in me for this for this place I'm going to. Because when I look at my life, my Instagram presence, I am on there. I've been a panelist on here. I already know certain things that God has said about my marriage and the person I'm going to be with and whatever. If I don't prepare for it, God is a loving father to me and to this man. He doesn't deserve nonsense, as I don't deserve nonsense.
Right.
This, what you bring to the table, I'm the table nonsense. Please, I'm begging you. I can kneel down for you. I don't have a problem with that. Leave this I'm the table business and ask God to prepare you to be who you need to be. Good. What am I lacking? Because you can't copy me. When I started my locks, people asked me, "Oh, how did you start your locks?" My locks have gone through different process. I've colored them; they've gone through a different process. This is my second set of locks. If I tell you where I went and you go there and they line it for you the same way, if you do every single thing that I did, your locks will not look the same. Why? My heritage comes into it, my DNA. I have naturally long hair. This is, when I had relaxed hair years and years ago, my hair was very long. You cannot follow what I'm doing to get the same results. You have to ask the Holy Spirit, prepare me. Prepare me. David was prepared to be a king when he was shepherding sheep. Is that what they call curriculum for royalty? It's not, but that's what he needed to lead God's people, because God will embrace you, but grace does not excuse preparation.
Yeah, so good. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. That was just amazing. Yeah. A round of applause to all of y'all. Like, seriously, that was so good. So, guys, I hope we brought balance for you, where that video with Prophetess Alabisi, the whole thing about, natural versus glam, do this, do that. We brought a bit of balance for y'all so that you can understand better. All right, so make sure you are with us. We are going to have Reverend Jed, and he's going to be with us talking about the need for spiritual warfare for marital settlement. So you want to catch us on that next week, the other 2 weeks time. Okay, 2 weeks time. Make sure you're following our social media pages so that you'll see the posts so that you do not miss out. But in the meantime, thank you guys for being here. And to my wonderful panelists, Minister Israel, Coach Jay, Miss Becks, it's always a pleasure. I just love how God is bringing amazing wisdom nuggets, to help Christian singles transition from single to married, doing it the right way, the godly way. All right, but make sure you look beautiful. Okay, look beautiful. Whatever beautiful is for you, ultimately be yourself. Okay, people of God, we gotta go. We love y'all. Take care and have a great Easter. And we'll see you the following week. Bye for now, everybody. Bye. Everywhere we go, 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 we bring the sunshine.